So we are in a bit of a predicament, and so we thought we'd tell our story of our current situation, even though it's not the funnest of situations. So, good morning. It's morning for us now. Today is Wednesday, so this is day 3, kind of part 3 of this whole long shenanigans story. You're like, you're taking too long already.
Here we go.
We're going to fill in all the gaps of where we are now and what happened. So, grab a cup of Joe, because I'm grabbing one.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm a little travel hungover today, you know, when you don't eat and drink properly enough and you had a really long day, you feel a little travel hungover. So that's how I'm feeling today. So I'm drinking my coffee, and now it's story time.
Cheers, Scott.
Okay. When we came into Bali, we had a huge immigration ordeal, which is another video we will make and share about that. But now our current situation is we have about a week left before we go, and we have discovered that Brody doesn't have a valid passport. And so we're kind of just kicking ourselves, because how did we not realize it wasn't? It's valid, but the problem is it's damaged, which makes it invalid. And so today we went to the U.S. consulate here in Sonora, where we're staying, because we had read online that they could replace a damaged passport and issue an emergency passport in one day, like in a matter of a few hours. So we're like, okay, we have less than a week, we'll go there, we'll do that. So we went there and didn't have an appointment or anything, but got in and talked to the guy, then discovered they actually cannot issue emergency passports at this location. That we either apply for an official renewal passport, which takes 3 to 4 weeks, so we don't have time, or they do it for us. They have to send it away, but it can't come back for 9 days, but we're leaving in 8 days, so we don't have enough time. So our options are to risk traveling on an invalid passport, which could cause us issues like it did when we arrived, or fly to Jakarta, or fly to, what's the name of it? Surabaya. And because those 2 locations, we can get it processed in a day, but they don't process it here. So we had quite a stressful morning, just getting to the consulate and then managing our kids there. And they always seem to like misbehave when we have serious business to do. I don't know why. And then just discovering that they indeed cannot process it there. It's really stressful for us. So now we're just in the middle of trying to decide what we're going to do. Are we going to risk having issues again on our way back home to the U.S.? Or are we going to spend lots of money to buy a last-minute flight for tomorrow, because tomorrow is the only day that we don't have work between here and when we leave, to Jakarta or Surabaya to get an emergency passport for Brody. So yeah, do you want to say anything about it?
Just there's lots to consider. We're thinking about risk and what's best for us, and it's not easy. A lot of unknowns, and yeah, it's not nice.
Anyway, this is just an example of some of the things that you can't predict or know are going to come up in your travels that can cause undue stress.
So after a couple stressful hours trying to decide what to do about the passport, we finally decided, let's go to Surabaya, let's get the replacement passport. And so we called ahead to the consulate just to make sure, hey, can you actually do this and turn it around in a day? And they said, yes, we can make the passport for you, come in bright and early, 8 a.m., and we should have it done by 2. So, okay, great. Booked flights less than, it was about 12 hours in advance, so last minute flights. Didn't know where we were going, never been to Surabaya, we didn't know about transport, we didn't know where the consulate was.
Or how far from the airport.
And so we were winging it.
So then, so this is back on Tuesday. Tuesday was our travel day.
Yeah.
This was back on Monday that we were making all these phone calls and these decisions. And then I was working that afternoon from 12 to 5. So during that time, Chance had all 3 kids, and he was going to get passport photos done, which he had to go to a couple different places to find where to get them done. Print and fill out documents and forms and stuff like that. So that was
Monday evening.
Monday evening that he was doing that. Then Monday night, put the kids in bed, and we left Tuesday morning at 4:30. So, good morning. We have arrived at the terminal. Our driver conveniently dropped us off at the wrong building. So, we had to walk about 5 or 10 minutes in the dark to the domestic terminal. Anyway, but here we are, and we're about to check in, and hopefully all goes smoothly. Hey.
Hey, are you recording? That was a photo.
So we made it.
Yeah.
And now what's our deal?
Now it's the usual taxi airport transportation scam. So double the price of what I saw online yesterday. So you just, do we pay it or do we take our chances with someone else, with a Grab or with something else?
So.
It never feels nice. Alright, well, we are in the taxi heading to the consulate. It's still early. Actually, with the time change, there was an hour time change, it's still 7 a.m. We went back in time on our flight, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, here we go. I mean, we're doing it step by step. We're getting there.
So we got to the consulate first thing in the morning, right when they opened. We were the first ones there, no one else was there. We got in right away, talked to them, had our interview, verified all the forms and everything, got it approved, and then they said, okay, it should be done by the end of the day unless there's technical difficulties.
At which point, that was the first bit of doubt that we had.
We
when we went,
thought,
what does that mean?
yeah,
Okay.
we're like, okay, because remember we had called the day before to confirm that they could get it done in a day, and so we had booked an early morning and a late night flight to go down there and back in a day. Anyway, so we're like, okay, well, we hope it gets done, and we left, and then we had to fill our day with just playing up.
About 5 hours.
5 or 6 hours.
Again, new city, never been there before.
So there was a mall nearby, so we took and Java is significantly hotter than Bali. Like, Bali has been nice, cool weather. Like, you could be outside all day comfortable, no problem. Java was hot. Hot. You don't want to be outside in the afternoon.
And busy and polluted and...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so we went to a mall, and we had an indoor kids play area and food, and did some shopping. Yeah, so we filled up our day, and then we got an email about 1 o'clock that said...
Well, it said, we're experiencing technical difficulties. What? And we don't know if we'll finish today, but we just want to let you know the update on our progress. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
And
So at that point, we literally, I mean, it was like instant stress, like flip the switch, because we were running through all the different scenarios. Well, what if they don't finish today? We already booked our flights. Can Chance stay overnight in a new city and the rest of the family goes home so we don't have to rebook everybody's flight? I mean, just all these scenarios, like my phone's about to die, I need to buy a charger, I don't have enough cash, what about this, what about that?
you have
I mean,
work tomorrow, and...
I have to work, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so... It was about an hour we sat there talking this through. Yeah, from about 1 to 2 p.m. It's crazy.
Yeah, the kids were playing in the play area, and Chance and I were just debating constantly, like, what are we going to do, and what are our options?
And then expressing a little irritation as well, like, don't they appreciate the urgency?
Yeah, so, and then we decided, okay, well, at about 2:15, we're going to leave, and we're going to go back to the embassy. They said their last appointment's at 3, so we're going to leave, try to get there about 2:30, and we're just going to talk to them in person, because what in the world does technical difficulties mean, and how many days do we need for it to be done, and how do we know to book when can we book flights back to Bali, and who needs to stay and who doesn't, and we had so many questions. So we're just gonna go to the embassy or the consulate. So we went back to the consulate, and they only wanted to let Chance in instead of all the kids and I, which is understandable, I guess. But the kids and I had to sit outside in the heat of the day, 2:30 in the afternoon, along a really busy road with the toddler, who was constantly trying to run into the road and run back to the road. So it was really stressful for me. But the good news was, the guy goes, yeah, only your husband can come in, but the passport's done. And I literally jumped up and went, I had won the lottery or something.
And I literally said, okay, wait, we don't have it yet. Don't get excited.
Oh, but I was like, I was so relieved. We didn't have it in hand, but I was so relieved at the news and possibility that it actually was done, and that we were going to get to go home to Bali that day. So yeah, so Chance goes in, and
Well, it wasn't done right away. I had to sit there for a few minutes and a couple of formal procedures and all that. But yeah, they gave me the passport, and I expressed my gratitude.
we are
Too built up,
thankful.
but
We are thankful they are available to help us. We were frustrated with the difficulty of getting it accomplished, and the fact that we went to the local consulate here. It's not a day, a local consulate here, and they said they weren't able to help us, and then we had to fly to another island and a whole new city and all of that. 3 days, 2 consulates, 2 different islands, lots and lots of taxis, grabs, private drivers, back and forth, different locations. And yesterday, a
lot of money.
Lots of money. Oh! And yesterday, an 18-hour travel day. We can now say we have this passport. Hooray! And next week, we get to go to America, and our kids get to see America for the first time. So we're so excited about that. Actually, Brody went when he was a toddler, but we're so excited about that. So stay tuned for the next one. Hopefully we won't have too much drama on the trek to the U.S. And we've got a couple more videos coming out about some other things in Bali. So stay tuned. Like if you like. Subscribe if you want to see more. And we'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.